A road trip to your favorite national park can be an exciting experience for you, as well as your family. I believe that your road trip can be even greater and less stressful by formulating a strategy around your entire trip to and from your destination. In this video, I will provide you with some useful strategies, do's and don'ts, for your road trip. Stay tuned. Hello YouTube, my name is Jeff and welcome to the Road March Project. Here on this channel we discuss the benefits of visiting national parks, the beauty of nature and the outdoors, and many other fun activities on your road trip. I invite you to like this channel. You're going to hit the thumbs up button as well as subscribing to the channel. I think it's on this side or this side is where the icon is. It's like right in the corner where the icon is. You're going to hover over it. The subscribe is going to come up, and make sure you subscribe to the channel so you can get the latest videos, okay? Congratulations. You decided on making a national park your vacation destinations. You've chosen to take a road trip instead of going through the rigmarole of taking a flight. Now, depending on the length of the trip, you are seeking lodging, restaurants, and other fun activities and rest stops for you and your family. Now, over the last few years especially, technology has made life over the road much easier, but real life experience is still a great teacher. Here are some travel strategies I've experienced over the years that will make your trek across this beautiful country much smoother. First, I would like to talk about the drive. Now, depending on the weather, that can, mess up everything, but I like to leave early in the morning because I want to use as much daylight as possible. So, if you can, as much as possible, you want to try to leave as early as possible, like 6 a.m. You want to try to make it feel like you're doing a job, not a job. You want to make it as fun as possible going, on a road trip, but you want to make it as fun as possible. You want to picture it as like you're doing a job, like a shift at work. So you want to leave early in the morning, because a lot of times at some of the lodging you're going to go to, the check-in is usually like around in the afternoon hours, like 2 o'clock. My experience has always been like at a certain, like about 2-3 o'clock is the check-in times for some of these hotels. So you want to leave as early as possible. Say it's a 6-hour drive, so you want to get your mindset that you're going on a 6-hour drive. It's like a work shift, and you're gonna make some stops. Of course, you want to take a break so you can get out and stretch and make the blood flow through your body as much, because sitting up there, you feel stiff after driving for so long. So, and you want to get some, you bring some snacks along, your favorite snacks, coffee, and if you're not, if you're not a coffee drinker, other sources of caffeine, I guess some energy drinks, water, and of course you're gonna have to make some stops. So I like to, with the technology now, you can map out, when your next pit stop is going to be. What you want to map out where your next stop is going to be. So say from I live in Las Vegas, so from here, and say I'm going to my last trip, I went to Mesa Verde, right? I went to Mesa Verde up in Colorado. So, okay, I made my first stop up in St. George, to use the restroom, buy some snacks, and then I drove through the desert, like up in Utah and up in was it Utah and Arizona, northern Arizona. Beautiful, beautiful country up there, by the way. So I passed through there, and I went through the native reservation, and I made another stop there. There's this place called Kenyatta, something like that, if I remember correctly. I stopped there and then made a straight shot up into Colorado, up in the Cortez, Colorado, where I stayed, and that's near Mesa Verde. And it was it was about a 7-hour trip. So like I said, I left early. I pictured it like as if it was a work shift, and it was nice. And I had let my music play. I like to listen to like kind of jazzy type music, jazz based music, even if it's hip hop and R&B, even if it's that, and it's jazz based, something easy going, stress free music when you're driving through the desert. To me, that's like another part of the trip. That's part of the memories. Okay, now restaurants, grocery stores, and filling stations. We all know those are crucial on a road trip. Now, what I failed to mention about the actual road trip, and this goes along with the lodging and the grocery stores, that you're gonna have. Now, I don't have much experience with this because I usually travel alone, but you can have someone with you, or now I have now there's times I have someone, like one person with me, but like little ones, I don't have that experience, right? So if you have like a bunch of little ones with you, that's a bunch of, now you definitely gonna have to make probably a few more stops. Because me, I like to try to ride as long as I possibly can before I stop. But if you have some little ones, you're gonna have to make more frequent stops, and that'll make the trip a little longer. So you definitely have to leave as early as possible, and definitely map out a schedule. How many stops you're going to make besides getting to your destination, and also places to stop and eat. A lot of these places has diners. Some of them have those Americana style diners that you see in the movies. Those mom and pop places. I advise you to check those places out. Those are real nice. The food in there is usually surprisingly good. So yeah, I would advise you to stop at these places and hit them up, support them, and a lot of these filling stations, like the filling station I told you I went to up in that I stopped at in Kenyatta, Arizona. It's on the Indian reservation, the native reservation, and it was really nice. It was like an oasis out there. It had everything you can want in that filling station. So some of them, it's real nice for trucking, and it's a sight for sore eyes, especially on a lonely road for hours. Sometimes you don't even have other cars passing you by at some of these places. But just go in there, check them out, get some souvenirs if you can, and okay, and that's, like I said, those are crucial on road trips. Next, I want to talk about other fun activities that you can experience while doing and after your destination at a national park. So Like you want to fill in some time to get that magnificent experience. The keyword magnificent experience that you and your family won't forget. You want to make as much memories as you can. So, like if you want to fill in time, you want to visit. Like okay, I went to. I just want to talk about my last trip. I'm gonna touch on that again. I went to Mesa Verde. Uh, there was also nearby. There was another cave dwelling. I didn't have time to get there, but it was nearby. They recommended that at the hotel. I mean, you're gonna see tons of brochures a lot of time at these spots. But okay, so coming back through Arizona, I stopped in Flagstaff. I stopped at Flagstaff. I went to the Grand Canyon for the second time, and it blows me away every time I go there. That's my second time between like 8 years, but it blew me away going there again. And I was able to get a lot more pictures because I have a lot more equipment this time, so I was able to get a lot more equipment. I mean, a lot more pictures, a lot more footage. I'm going to be showing that footage to you. I showed it on a few more, on the Grand Canyon video. And also my 5 favorite national parks video. Make sure you check that out, please. And I was able to, I didn't get a chance to check it out, but the Petrified Forest is also near the Grand Canyon. In fact, it's near Flagstaff, Arizona. Now, when I was in Flagstaff, Arizona, speaking of fun activities, I went to this observatorium. It's a Laurel observatory. I said observatory. It's observatory. I hope I said it right. But anyway, and they had it was built in the 1890s, and they have a huge telescope there. And one of the first telescopes, they discovered Pluto, and I was able to see a cluster of stars while I was there. I wanted to see Jupiter, but I didn't get a chance, so I saw a cluster of stars that night, and it was quite chilly that night too. But I just want to give them a ringing endorsement. Make sure you check if you're ever in Flagstaff, Arizona. It's like little places like that. You can take the family there. It's real, it's a real interesting place. So, but that's just an example of other fun activities. I mean, there probably more. You can go check out like the historic museums in that town. I'm interested. I'm very curious. I like to look at things like that. You can get that stuff to fill in time instead of sitting in a hotel room. Or just, you've seen enough of a national park. Instead of sitting in a hotel room, to fill in time, you can go and check out like these museums, the historic areas of the downtown of wherever you are. I'm interested in stuff like that. I love stuff like that. Now, these are some of my travel strategies, right? What I like to do when I go on vacation, I like to fill in as much time as I can, get as much stuff done as I can. I want to be as efficient as possible. Wake up early, travel. Hit the road, get to where I need to go, because I want to. Because if I get to like a national park destination, like when I got to Bryce Canyon one time, I was able to check in my hotel room, and then and thank God it was next to the entrance was next to the hotel, and I was able to get out there and check out as much as I can while the sun was still out. Check out the canyon, and then I had the next day I had the whole day. Anyway, you want to get in there and get as much sightseeing as you can, and also, like I said, like I mentioned, like traveling there, you want to make sure you map out where you want to make some stops. You want to get your snacks, you want to get your drinks, non-alcoholic, of course. And coffee. You want to visit some nice restaurants. I like to go to the mom and pop's places that's safe. And you want to visit some museums. You know, like the off the beaten path places. You know, some of those places could be the best part of the trip. Anyway, you want to create as many memories as you can for you and your family. What are your travel strategies? How do you prepare for those road trips? Comment below. I would love to see your input and experiences. Please be sure to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and share this video with your friends. As always, thank you for your support, and goodbye.